We are live. We are live. Hope everything sounds good. I don't know if anybody's out there. I don't think anybody's out there yet, but we went live a couple seconds early. That's about it. Just getting it going. We have the new mic, so it should be working. We should be hearing through the new mic and everything. And be warned, I know nobody's in here right now, but let's see. Yeah, I don't think so. Not yet. So we'll wait. Maybe till more people show up because there will be spoilers in this stream, obviously, because we're going to be talking results. It's kind of obvious. But I put it in the little comment thing scrolling across the bottom just in case, too. Just in case. Open my drink. Boom, boom. All right. So, first of all, even though there's nobody here yet, there's nobody here yet. First of all, like I said, we started the stream already. I want to just give flowers out and all that to Cody Rhodes. Congratulations, Cody, on finishing your story. Like, that is a major thing for real, a big thing, Cody Rhodes. Like, I'm so happy for him being the first Rhodes to be in the WWE, holding up the main title for the roster. You know what I mean? The WWE Championship. Yeah, it's a really big deal. So congratulations to Cody. He deserves it. He's definitely a champ. He's amazing. And like I said, one of the best all-around workers, wrestlers, and in general, just all around across the board in the world right now. He's one of the best. So he totally deserves it. Just wanted to get that out of the way right first, so people understand who I am. Like, I'm one of those people that I like Roman, but I wasn't the hugest supporter or fan of his long reign. But for Cody being the one to end the reign, it makes the most sense, and it's spectacular. So like I said, Cody Rhodes, congratulations. Overall, though, like as an event, in terms of the event as a whole, I definitely think night 2 was better. Night 2 was definitely better than night 1, in my opinion. So that's one thing right off the bat. I think night 1, in terms of Saturday, it was very just bland, very average, mediocre. Like, that's what I could describe it. You know what I mean? Like I said, it wasn't awful. It wasn't a bad WrestleMania night 1. It was just very average. It was the definition of an average one for sure. So I would say night 2 is definitely my favorite. The main event, slam dunk, one of the best main events that we've ever had. And we had some other good matches too across the board. We're kind of gonna jump all over across the board. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna go in order in terms of the matches of what we're talking about. Like, we might go main event first. Who knows? And we might have a special guest joining us. So we'll maybe wait, give it some time, maybe for people to show up. But I use the free StreamYard, so I only have about 2 hours to stream at the most that I can do. But it is definitely a great time to be a wrestling fan in general. There's a lot of good wrestling content across the board. Competition, we got WWE and AEW, so there's a lot of good wrestling stuff going on. So I think WrestleMania 40 is profitable because of that too, because they had a lot of stuff going on in competition that they were able to add things to it. For example, CM Punk being part of the commentary, part of the opening show, you know, the hype show and everything and all that. And he was on the commentary desk for the Seth Rollins Drew McIntyre match, which played into the match pretty awesomely. I must do say so myself. Like, in terms of the matches, we'll start with that one, because that was the starting one for night 2. That was the first match, if I do remember correctly, was Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. I like the entrances, by the way, too. Seth's and Drew's entrances were fantastic. I thought that was really cool. So Seth, I think I wanted him to win. I really did, because I'm such a supporter of Seth and everything. But in terms of the way it played out, with Drew winning the title, holding on to it for only about, I believe, like 5 minutes. I think they said 5 minutes and 30 seconds or 5 minutes and 45 seconds. He had the title or something like that. And then CM Punk to get out of the commentary chair and like start whomping down on him and to beat him down, use the elbow brace, kind of went at him and stuff. And then you hear Damian Priest music, and we knew the cash in was coming. We heard that music, and we were like, "Here it comes!" And yeah, to have him cash in that moment, I think it was pretty cool. It was a really nice way to start off WrestleMania with a banger that night too, because like I said, night one for me was very bland, very average. So night two, I think they pulled out all the stops, they pulled out all the shenanigans, and I think that's really what they needed to do to set the two nights apart. Excuse me. So that was really fun. I thought that was cool. Maybe we'll go through all the main event matches first, and then we'll just kind of make our way down the card and stuff. So another main event match that we must talk about was Rhea and Becky. Rhea retained against Becky, which I think was the most obvious match to me. That was the one that I knew for sure. I was all Rhea Ripley's going to win, guaranteed. Like I didn't really have any doubt in my mind that she was going to lose because it's just not that time yet. So that's one for sure. I guaranteed that one or picked that one. But I think that match, the reason it wasn't as good as it could have been was because we knew Becky Lynch was sick going into it. Like I think she got sick over the weekend or something like that before that, for Friday and Thursday before that WrestleMania match. And then you can tell Rhea Ripley was kind of carrying her most of the match, but they did overall pretty good and everything. But Rhea just pretty much dominated like that match and like I said, took the win. So that was a very obvious one. And then we had Io Sky and Bailey, which congratulations to Bailey. Oh, congratulations to Bailey. I'm very, very happy about that because Bailey was she's one of my favorites. I think all time, like right now, like as it goes down, she's going to climb the list. And like she's one of my favorite all time female wrestlers, Bailey. And I think for what she did and like her moment, Royal Rumble, to have that moment. And then now to, finish off Io Sky. And they had a really good match. I think Bailey's and Io Sky's match was really freaking good. They really pulled out all the stops and had those close, the finishers, the 1-2 oohs and everything. And yeah, then finishing off with that rose plant, and we got that win, after the elbow drop. So yeah, Bailey deserves that championship. And I think she's going to do very good as our champion. Plus she's great on the mic. I think overall across the board in terms of in the ring, presence, character on the mic, Bailey, I think is one of the best across the board. And then let's see, what other main event matches did we have? Title matches. We had their Intercontinental title match. We had the Intercontinental title match, which was Sammy and Gunther, this was another one that I was like 80% sure that they were going to give it to Sammy. You know what I mean? They could have pulled it out with Gunther, you know what I mean? Understandable because Sammy's famous for losing on the big stage a lot. So, but I think it's just his time for Sami Zayn to have, a little bit of the Intercontinental title run. It's definitely not going to be as long as Gunther's. We know that. But I could see Sammy probably holding on to the title for maybe a couple months. I could see him maybe holding on to it for like 2 months or so. And then we had our United States title match as well. We had the United States title match, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, which was, I think, a very comical, goofy, fun match. Like, this is one of those ones that I would show people just so they could understand, like, that wrestling itself, the show in general, is supposed to be entertaining. It's just supposed to be entertainment, something to watch to distract yourself for a couple hours and enjoy storytelling, and wrestling. And that's exactly what Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton did with their match. It was goofy wrestling, and they did some awesome storytelling, some funny gimmicks, and it was entertaining. And I think they got it. They nailed it down. I would have wanted Randy to win over Logan, but still, Logan Paul retaining his title. I just think, I guess WWE, they're not done with him holding on to it. Plus, Logan Paul's a very big, money maker, bringing in the prime money, being a social media star. He really gets out the WWE. He gets the name out there. So it's a good thing to have him as the United States champion. Oh, snap. Mike's in the house. What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? I was just talking about the Logan Paul, Kevin Owens match. That's where I'm at right now. United States title match where, like I said, I think the main reason they have Logan Paul keeping the title right now, and the reason he's holding on to the title is because, like I said, he's got that prime money. He's on, social media a lot, really, advertising the WWE. I may be able to join from my car as I'm going to be driving and could try. Oh, snap. We might have a special guest. Yeah, don't worry. No rush. You know, you don't have to, Mike. You don't have to. It's not a have to thing, but thank you if you can, brother. Yeah, so the United States title match, I think, like I was just telling people, that's a goofy wrestling gimmick match that I think they pulled off. That personality, Kevin Owens and Randy, teaming up together against Logan. You knew they were going to kind of get that downfall going on where eventually, like KO and Randy Orton weren't going to see eye to eye, and then Logan Paul was going to take advantage. So it was just very much a good wrestling match, you know what I mean, and a good storytelling match. So United States title, I think, cool. We talked about the ladies. Now let's see. We talked about that one. We talked about the world title match. Seth and Drew. We talked about that. Let's see what other match we had. Oh, one I want to talk about, to be honest, and get this one out of the way was Jimmy and Jey Uso. Man, brother on brother. That one could have been so much more. That was probably, I think, the match that I think was the biggest letdown was Jimmy and Jey, because I think they could have did so much better. Like Jimmy and Jey for real. Oh, let's see if we can get Mike in here. Let's see. Add to the stage.
Yo, brother.
Mike, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't?
Let's see. I added him to the stage. Let's see. Guess.
Yeah,
he's not muted. You're not muted.
Can you hear me?
Let's see. Yeah, I can't hear you, Mike. We can see you. I can see your icon and everything, but I can't hear you.
Yeah. How about now?
Let me see if I remove
Hello
from stage and then add to stage again.
Yeah, hey, brother.
Try it again, Mike. Let's see if we can hear you. One more time. I don't know. I'm using the new mic, but I don't think it should affect your audio. I don't think.
No. Yeah, can you hear me?
Just in case. But Mike is in the car just right now. It's all right. We'll try again maybe later or something. But yeah, so in terms of that match, I think Jimmy and Jey was definitely the one that was the biggest letdown, because I think they could have did so much better for real. Like that match paled in comparison to WrestleMania 25, which was one I actually recently watched like last week. Matt and Jeff Hardy, brother on brother. That was so much better. Like that match was so much better. Fingers crossed if this works again. Mike, shout it out.
Can you hear me?
Can we talk? Hello.
Yeah, hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I see like the icon thing talking, but it's not working.
Yeah, I can.
You can hear me? Okay, so Mike can hear me. I can see you.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can see you though.
I don't know. I don't know why. Because it's.
I could kind of read your lips.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Is it alrighty? Yeah, that's the joys of live streams, like live events. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that match definitely a big letdown. Another one that I think was kind of a match that I was a little bit on. Like, meh. I can't hear you, Mike, if you're trying to talk. Another match that I was kind of meh on was that street fight thing. I kind of forgot about that match. When I did my prediction video, I forgot about that match, the Bobby Lashley street fight thing. Totally forgot about that. You're all good, brother. You're all good. We enjoy having you in the chat. That's all good. We know technical difficulties that happens with live streams and stuff. But yeah, that match, I did like that street fight was nothing because that was one thing. That was one of those matches when I watch it, I'm like, I wish more people would watch AEW content because they do the street fights and the gimmick matches with the tacks and the weapons and all that stuff so much better than WWE. They really do. The street fight was terrible. Felt like it was very messy and they didn't know what they were doing. Yeah, like they haphazardly threw that together, which kind of sucks because I don't hate Bobby Lashley. I don't hate the Street Profits either, or Karrion Cross. Like I just think it was the wrong pairing. Like you said, chemistry wise, the way it played out, it was not good. I just think more people like that's why I wish more people would watch AEW because they are way better at those weapon matches, those street fights, those parking lot brawls. Like they really know how to do those better than WWE right now at the moment. So that street fight one and the Jimmy and Jay Uso one, I would probably say are like two of the weakest matches on the cards that we had for WrestleMania. I felt like they had to put the special referee because they knew the match was going to bomb. Yeah, that's true, Dudley. You know, I mean, Bubba Ray, he's definitely a popular one, and I think they kind of pulled out the stops just because of, the Hall of Fame, and plus, I think Bubba Ray recently made comments about the CM Punk, the interview that he did, that 2 hour interview, and Bubba Ray basically sided with CM Punk. So I think, and they knew they just had to involve him. Plus, the Dudley Boys are like royalty, tag team royalty over there at WWE. So those two matches, my least favorites probably. Let's see, what else did we have? We had okay, Jade Cargill. This is another one we could talk about. We had Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi versus Damage Control with Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane, which I really think I freaking picked the Damage Control because I think they would have did better with the story. Like I said, having Bianca turn on Jade and Bianca be Jade's first rivalry. But I guess them creating their faction of like the big three, like Naomi, Jade, and them creating their faction now, that they could run their course and have more time together. And I guess their rivalry would make more sense later down the line. But I'm not a fan of Jade Cargill. I'm really not. Like, sucks. I hate to say it, but I'm like still like not that big a fan of Jade. But we'll see what she does over there at WWE and stuff because I'm still a little pissed about what she did just bouncing from AEW. Even though, like, I understand, she wanted to go to the big dogs. She wanted to make that big money over there at WWE. But AEW, they gave her like the Goldberg treatment. She was just laying down people left and right. And she finally lost the TBS title. And I was like, now she can do something with her character. And she just instead decided to bounce and go to WWE. So I'm not the biggest fan of Jade Cargill. But what else did we have? Let's see. We had the ladder match. That was kind of chaotic too, that 6-pack ladder match, but it had good big money spots. You know what I mean? That 6-pack ladder match at least had some really good spots going on with DIY and Damian Priest and Finn and all them and stuff like that. And that was like pretty crazy. The Uso match was utterly garbage for real. All they did was super kicks to me, and that is not wrestling match. That is poor way to show that they have no talent. Yeah, that they have talent. Yeah, for real. Like the Usos have more talent. Like in that statement right there, Mike knows. Like the Usos are capable of a better match than that. And they've completely dropped the ball. Like they just did. I watched the highlights and I thought it looked like a pretty good show. Yeah. Yeah. See, like overall, Jason's right. Like overall, as a whole, WrestleMania 40, I think, was a success, and they did a really good job. Night 2, definitely better than Night 1. I'll tell you that right now, Jason. When you get a chance to watch them and stuff, Night 2 was way better than Night 1. But that's not to say there were some good matches on Night 1. Like I think the best match on Night 1 was probably the Gunther and Sammy match, and then the tag match, which we could talk about that right now actually as well. The Rock and Roman teaming up against Seth and Cody, which that one I picked. I knew we were going to get the bloodline rules because we were going to get a bunch of run-ins for Night 2. So I knew that Rock and Roman were going to win, but that was a good tag match, not the greatest tag match in the world. Like everybody's hyping it up like that was the greatest tag match in WrestleMania history. That's not true, but they did pretty fucking good. I think it was the best part was seeing Rock just taunt Mama Rhodes the whole time. That was Rock as the heel is somewhat entertaining because I'm not the biggest fan of The Rock. So when The Rock is doing the babyface thing and he's doing the People's Champ thing, I don't really feel that. So when The Rock as a heel, I'm more for Rock as a heel. So I think it was kind of funny seeing him work the crowd and talking crap to Mama Rhodes and beating up Cody and stuff. So that was kind of funny. And then let's see, what else did we have? I'm trying to think like what other match. I think I have my predictions thing over here. I have it somewhere. Alrighty. We talked about the Usos. We talked about the LA Knight. That was one we didn't talk about. LA Knight and AJ Styles. Yeah, that was a pretty cool match because I think they knew what they had to do. I feel like the WrestleMania was a good show overall, and there was a lot of elements I liked. However, some of the matches they have already spoke about were terrible that we spoke yet, and ultimately had let the event down. Yeah, for real. There was some that just did not meet the standards for WrestleMania, and I hope those wrestlers got a talking to backstage. Like, what the are you guys doing? I heard that match went on too long. Yeah, there was some stuff that it was like that one. It wasn't really that it was too long. It was the entrances. Like, to be honest, like that tag match, the entrances. Are we going to get a Rock versus Cody? I believe so. I was messaging Mike that I believe that that's what SummerSlam is going to be. I think that's what the SummerSlam thing is going to be. Is it's going to set up Rock versus Cody, and that would be kind of cool. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't think the Rock should win. I can see them giving it to the Rock. Like, I'm not going to say he would not win, but I think Cody will beat him at SummerSlam because I think Cody has to hold on to the title at least till WrestleMania 41. That's my opinion. At least till WrestleMania 41. Give him at least a year with the title, and then you can take it off of him. Like, because I don't want a 4-year Cody Rhodes reign. Like, I don't want no 950 days of the American Nightmare. Like at the top, I don't want that. I think a good year, like WrestleMania 41, you can dethrone him at WrestleMania 41, and I think that would be fine. But I think The Rock versus Cody, as Jason was saying, I think that'll happen at probably SummerSlam. That's my guess. If they do Cody versus The Rock, I think Roman will cost The Rock the title. Ooh, that's true. See, that's a good one. Planting the seeds for possibly a Rock versus Roman match, because I think we'll eventually get that before Roman Reigns retires. I think we're going to have to get a Rock versus Roman match eventually. I'm not that excited for Damian Priest as champion. I'm more interested in Drew McIntyre. So that one, I was telling Mike too. I think they're going to have Drew challenge Damian at Clash at the Castle. And then I think Drew's going to win it back in front of his home crowd and, in a hometown environment. I think that's what they're going to do with that. I think he will cost him the title by accident, which will lead to The Rock turning back into a babyface. Yeah. And then we could see The Rock versus Roman, because I think eventually, like I said, before Roman retires, we're going to get The Rock match. I think they definitely they want to do something with CM Punk when he's available. Yeah, that's going to be the main event. That's what Mike was saying. If CM Punk stays healthy, we're talking about Mr. Glass here. If CM Punk stays healthy, they can possibly build up a match for WrestleMania 41, because by that time Drew can get the title back. He could have held on to it for a while. Then you bring CM Punk in to challenge him for the title, and then CM Punk wins at WrestleMania 41, blah, 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 because everybody likes him. I don't know why. That's one thing I could never get across my mind. I don't know why so many people like that man. I think Roman will be off screen for a little while, and The Rock will try to take over as head of the table, but we all know the duty was passed on to Solo. Solo Sikoa is a beast, though. Like, for real. I like Solo. Solo Sikoa is a beast. Like, I'm not that mad at his character. His character is pretty bomb. But, yeah, for real. Like, I think they have a lot of ways they can go about this, but I think Cody was going to hold on to it for at least a year. That's my prediction, that he will hold on to the title for at least a year. So let's see. We talked about LA Knight, AJ Styles. I know we didn't talk about that real quick. LA Knight did beat AJ Styles, and I think that match was cool because LA Knight and AJ Styles knew what they had to do. Like they straight up just did a very stiff, awesome wrestling match where they just laid into each other hardcore, did some awesome moves, some close calls. Both of these dudes are, older gentlemen, but they look like they're in the best physiques of their life. And like I said, they really laid into each other. So that was actually a really solid match, and LA Knight pulling out the victory, which they need to do something more with him. I think LA Knight deserves like an Intercontinental title run or a United States title run. He deserves one of those mid-card titles or second titles. Not a great WrestleMania for the married couple, Seth and Becky. That was a sad time for Seth and Becky. But I think Seth knew that it was most important for Cody, like to finish the story, which we could lead into now talking about the main event. Cody versus Roman, the main event, the shenanigans aplenty, what everybody is calling the end game of WrestleMania, because that's kind of how it was. It was kind of like, run-ins aplenty, so many guest stars, Mama Rhodes was there, Cody's wife was there involved, all this stuff was there. And having John Cena involved, The Rock, The Undertaker, Jimmy and Jey Uso came in and had a moment too. So it's like that Seth Rollins came in, which that actually I wanted to talk to Mike about and some other people about if they didn't catch that. Seth Rollins hurt himself when he was trying to get into the ring. He came out in his Shield gear and you heard the Shield music play. And when Seth Rollins was trying to get to the ring, I think he actually hurt his knee or hurt his leg trying to get into and then Roman kind of course corrected and hit him with a chair, I believe, like from the inside the ring, hit Seth outside the ring to kind of stall him out. And then you really didn't see Seth at all after that until like he got back into the ring. And then Roman hit him on the back with the chair to kind of pay off that thing that they did back in the day. But yeah, I think Seth Rollins really hurt himself. Rhea Ripley is a really dominant wrestler in the women's division. I remember her struggling against Charlotte Flair, and now she's won 2 WrestleManias in a row. Yeah, so that, to speak on that, I think they're going to have her eventually lose to Charlotte. I really think that's like the only option you can do, man, is because we already had them fight already. And then like Rhea beat her that one time. Charlotte's beaten her before. And I think they have to do what is it, like the third time? The rubber match is what it would be called. And I think Charlotte's the only person that you're really going to have take that title off of Rhea Ripley, and it'd be actually a logical thing to do, which I don't mind. Some people are tired of Charlotte Flair. Like, I don't mind. Charlotte's one of my favorites. I love Ric Flair, and I will always support Charlotte. So I have no problem with her being champ again. I know other people will be tired of it, but I'm cool with Charlotte being like a 19, 18 time champ, whatever it's going to be. It's going to be like 17 or 18 times that she's been champion already. But I think she's the only logical option to take it off Rhea, which we'll see when Charlotte comes back, because she had to come back from an injury. She's still rehabbing, which if she's back by the time SummerSlam rolls around, we could see Rhea lose that at SummerSlam. It could be possible, because to be honest, it seems like WWE only has the titles change hands at like the really big events, SummerSlam, WrestleMania. There hasn't really been any other, I think, changing of titles, like major ones like that at any other events. I don't think that I could think of off the top of my head, but we'll see. You think the next one will be Rhea versus Charlotte versus Becky, triple threat for the title? That could be possible for real. They could try to do it kind of like how they did with Ronda Rousey that one year, and it'd be the main event of like night 1 or night 2, you know what I mean, and have the 3 of them go at each other. But like I said, I think the logical decision, and most likely they're gonna build up Charlotte to take it off of her and stuff. And if they do, like I said, any other person, I don't know. maybe they'll do a champ versus champ match. They might end up doing a champ versus champ match, but I don't think they're going to unify the titles. Even though that's possible, they could do that to the women's titles and unify them. I really don't think they're going to. I think it's a lock that Bianca versus Jade Cargill for the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania. I think Bianca will beat Bayley at SummerSlam. That's what sucks too. Is like Bayley. I think I love that she won and she's finally got her moment. I just have to be happy that she had her moment. But I think Bayley's kind of her and Damian Priest. Her and Damian Priest right now are kind of the placeholder champs until they get the others ready for their storylines or until other people are ready. So I think Damian and Bayley are only going to have the titles for like a few months probably at the most. I think that LA Knight will be one to dethrone Logan Paul, but possibly not until Mania. That would suck, dude. Oh God, damn. I don't know if I want another year of Logan Paul as a champ. Shit, that's a long time, dog. I feel like you can change the United States title. You can change that at like Extreme Rules or like Clash at the Castle or something. You could have LA Knight win that at Clash at the Castle. I don't think I want to see another year of Logan as the champ. Yeah, I don't think Bayley is that strong of a champion. Jade might be one to make a move the next year. That's what sucks too, is people don't understand Jade Cargill. She's not even that great a wrestler. She's not, dude. Like, she has a great physique and she has a good look. Like, Jade Cargill looks fantastic, but in terms of her in-ring ability, it's garbage. Her in-ring ability sucks, and that's what's bad. Is like a lot of women are gonna have to put over Jade because Jade is not good. I think that Jade Cargill will turn heel at SummerSlam. Oh, you think Jade's gonna go heel? See, I think Bianca's gonna go heel. I really do. She has a great look. She does. Like, for real, she looks like a straight up superhero. Like, she looks like a fucking real life Wonder Woman. So that's what is cool about her. But her in-ring ability is awful. She's not, like, she needs to work on her skills more. She basically, like said, they basically at AEW just used her as a Goldberg character. So she came in and just had tons of squash matches. So she didn't really learn how to tell stories in the ring or do anything, which was kind of at fault for AEW and the storytelling over there. But then again, it's still on Jade a little bit. You still have to work on your character and do some stuff. The thing is, bro, I agree with you about Logan Paul. I think he does have talent, but because of how sponsorship is and WWE and Prime with the big business and Logan as a social media brings people to the product. Yeah, he does. Like I said, Logan Paul is great for the business because he gets the word of mouth out there, like for wrestling and wrestling fans in general. I like the entrance of Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. Yeah, they had a really cool entrance. That was probably actually one of the coolest, and my phone keeps moving. That was definitely one of the coolest entrances for sure, was the three of them. And Seth Rollins, I love Seth's entrance. Seth Rollins' entrance was badass. I love Seth so much. So all the extravaganza, the costumes, the stuff, I'm always there for it. And I knew a lot of people were like hating on his entrance, but I think Seth Rollins had a fantastic one. Rhea's I didn't like. I didn't like her entrance with the live band. I thought that was kind of trash, to be honest. Will Jey Uso make a move at a championship? Jey Uso, I think he's going to be a mid-card solo guy for a while. He's going to be in the Intercontinental United States, maybe not the United States title, because to be honest, the United States title is like the lower card tier thing, like still to this day, even though, you know what I mean? But I could see him being involved in the Intercontinental title picture, but I really don't think Jey Uso's ready for the WWE title yet, or the World Heavyweight title. You love R-Truth? Yeah, because R-Truth's amazing, bro. R-Truth is fantastic. That dude is he's 54 or 55, and he's having a second regeneration of his career. Like, he's hilarious. He gets it. R-Truth gets it, that it's supposed to be entertaining. He's perfect. There are some wrestlers that just understand what it's supposed to be. Orange Cassidy, R-Truth, Cody Rhodes is another one. Randy Orton. There are some people that just understand what it's supposed to be, and it's supposed to be entertaining, and they totally live their characters, and they're the best. KO is another one. Kevin Owens is a really good one at that too. John Moxley. John Moxley, those guys, they all get it and they understand. But yeah, overall, as a whole, WrestleMania 40 was a banger. I think it was really good. Was it better than last year's? I'm going to say, as of right now, it might be recency bias, but I think this year's was better than last year's. But I have to watch it again. I have to watch last year's WrestleMania again, so it could be just recency biased. But I think this year's was better, even though we had such a lackluster night one. That Rey Mysterio match, we didn't talk about that one. Rey and Dom and that tag match, that was another one I couldn't care less about. So that's the thing that sucks is they had 1, 2, 3. They had 3 matches on this entire WrestleMania. All the cards, like all the matches, they had 3 matches at this WrestleMania that I couldn't give 2 craps about. That they were literally like the get your snacks or take a pee break matches. Do I have a favorite match? My favorite match, to be honest, is probably I like the Cody and Roman one, but to be honest, my favorite match, the most entertaining one for me, was Bayley and Io Sky. I really dug that match, dude. And like, I'm such a fan of Bayley, such a champion of Bayley. Like, you'll know that if you guys watch the content, I talk more about wrestling a lot. Bayley, I'm such a champion of her, and her being the champ, I loved it, and she did a really good job. And her and Io Sky, they knew each other so well that their chemistry was really good, and their entrances were cool too. So that was probably, out of all the matches, my favorite one. My favorite moment, though, was seeing Sami Zayn and Randy Orton lift Cody up. That was just the best, to see Sami like say, come here, and have Randy, and then they just grabbed Cody and hold him up. Because years and years down the line now, when we're watching those documentaries or those docuseries about WrestleManias and moments, you're going to hear Randy Orton and Sami Zayn talking about how we were there when Cody won, and we held him up. You know what I mean? We were there when Rhodes first held up the WWE title. So that was a cool moment. I feel like this year because I feel like the right people won. Yeah, so there's another one right there, Jason, as he likes it, because there was better choices for victories in terms of, Jesus, this phone won't stop moving. There was better choices in terms of the people who won for this one. So yeah, that, like I said, as it stands right now, my feeling is that this year's WrestleMania was better than last year's. But yeah, so for sure, a lot of good, fun matches, good moments. Like I said, it kind of sucks that Seth got hurt. I really think Seth got hurt. That kind of really sucks. Some lackluster matches, but damn, congratulations, like I said, to Cody, for real, for being the first Rhodes to hold up that title. And just seeing him with the title, he looks badass with it around his waist. He looks fantastic. But yeah, as predictions for the future, as we're talking about it right now, some predictions for the future is, I think, definitely possibly him holding on to it for a year. Oh, we have a Stone Cold. What? We have a Stone Cold comment? It would have been fun to see Stone Cold. Yes. Yes. I think that, to be honest, I think that was the main thing, because Stone Cold was The Rock's main villain. It was always Stone Cold and The Rock. We knew that. So I think that was the overall, that's what they really wanted to do. But I think Stone Cold, like Steve Austin, he probably didn't want to do it. Maybe he didn't want to do it or something, or he didn't want to take away from Cody. So he just turned it down. So they asked Undertaker to do it. But yeah, that would have made it even better. That probably would have made it my favorite match. If the Stone Cold moment happened, that probably would have made that match my favorite of the card. But yeah, I think Cody is going to hold on to it for at least a year. That's my prediction, till WrestleMania 41. I hope Cody holds on to it for a long time. See, Jason wants those long title reigns, which they are more popular now. Triple H, WWE, and the fans of WWE have already stated that, and it's been realized. We had that 1,300 plus days with Roman. We had Gunther at 600 and something days as champ. So yeah, they're bigger fans of long title reigns. So they're definitely going to do a long title reign with Cody. But I think for me, I think a year is fine. Like, I think WrestleMania 41, that's a good solid year with Cody as champ, because Cody's one of those guys that he's so over, he doesn't need the title. it's cool to have him at the top, but he's one of those guys that he doesn't need the title to, have that pull. He's just an extreme baby face, and he's so loved because he's a Rhodes. So I don't think he needs the title to really, be that amazing as a pull. But like I said, I think a year. I think a year is what they're going to do. Who do I think will dethrone him? I don't know. I told Mike this. I really think they're going to do Cody versus Roman 3, right? Because that would be a third match. I could see them doing Cody versus Roman 3 or something like that. And don't be surprised if they give it to Roman again, even though it sounds kind of like a Vince McMahon thing or some crap. But like one of those decisions, like Triple H wouldn't do that, hopefully. Well, not everyone needs a long reign, but Cody deserves it. Yeah, Cody does deserve it. Like you said, he should be on the top for a while. But yeah, in terms of who dethrones him, to be honest, I really think it's going to be either Roman. I think they're going to give it to Roman again, or Gunther. They've been building up Gunther with that IC title run and how he went 600 plus days as champ, that I think they're ready, and they know Gunther's ready for the big time. So he could be one of the ones to dethrone Cody. I'll be honest, I got sick of the Roman Reigns title reign like 2 years ago. Jason was tired of it a long time ago. Like halfway through it, he was like, I'm done. But yeah, Gunther's one of those guys that they've been building him and pushing him for, a good minute. And I think he's ready to possibly challenge for either the world title or the WWE title, which I think the world title is already kind of booked up. I really think they're going to do the Damian thing for a while, then Clash at the Castle. We're going to have Drew challenge Damian. Drew is going to win in front of his hometown. And then Drew McIntyre is going to be challenged by CM Punk at WrestleMania, probably, or whatever, like Royal Rumble. Like maybe CM Punk will win the next Royal Rumble, and then he's going to challenge Drew McIntyre. I wouldn't mind Gunther getting it at some point. Yeah, see, Gunther, he deserves it because he's really good. He's got a good gimmick, a good character. He's a good in-ring worker, and he's very stiff. Like his chops, his moves, they look legit. I'd love to see Sami Zayn get the title at some point. Yeah, Sami deserves it too. I think Sami will have his moment eventually. To be honest, I want Sami and Kevin Owens to feud over a title, like just friend on friend, like, challenge each other, just who's the best. Like, I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn could do a good storyline thing together, even though they kind of already did that. Not like a backstabbing storyline one, just babyface on babyface. You can do that. We've done those matches before. But because they've had so much fun working together, and Kevin Owens and Sami know how to work together. But I don't think Kevin Owens is going to have a title run anytime soon, even though I would love to see him have a title run again, because I think he did really good, even when he was a heel. Because the last title run he had, he was the Universal champ, and Triple H helped him win the title or whatever, cheating. And then Kevin Owens was kind of that heel for like that summer or whatever. So I think that was like 2016 or 2015 or something like that. So yeah, I think that was the last time Kevin Owens was on the top. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, most likely I think it's going to be Roman or Gunther that takes down Cody. And then my future predictions for the world title, like I said, are Drew and CM Punk eventually at WrestleMania 41, with CM Punk possibly winning the Royal Rumble to challenge, Drew McIntyre. KO has mostly been a mid-card wrestler. Yeah, see, KO, that's what I mean. It sucks that they kind of relegated him to that character or that position when Kevin Owens is amazing. Like, he is one of the best in-ring workers. Like, he's one of the best at telling stories in the ring, in front of audiences, and his personality on screen is infectious. Kevin Owens is the bomb. So I think KO would, like I said, if he can do great as the champ again, but I just don't think it's in the cards this year for the future, unless something major happens and like someone gets hurt and they have to bring someone up. That's kind of the only time that they might do that, is if someone else gets hurt, then, they need KO or someone else to fill in because they got hurt. So, but I would really appreciate it and love for Kevin Owens to get another run. He'll probably get a world heavyweight title run. I could see him getting a world heavyweight title run in the future. Maybe he'll be the one to beat CM Punk. That would be awesome. CM Punk get the title and then have KO beat him, because I could see KO and CM Punk if CM Punk stays healthy, and then do like some awesome like gimmick match, like a TLC match or something like that at Extreme Rules, and have KO beat him. Who cares? Screw CM Punk. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people that get pissed off about that, but I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of CM Punk. Well, he had 3 good matches against Roman, but they haven't pulled the trigger on KO for a long time. That's true. KO did have some good matches against Roman. That's right. Good, Jason, bringing up the past. I do remember that now. So yeah, see, KO, he's great. He works great with anybody. That's what I'm saying. He's one of those guys that you can have him at the top, because KO works well with any type of character, and he can be a heel or a baby face. He's a tweener. That's what I like to call those guys. He's like a Stone Cold. He really can bounce in between being a baby face or a heel, and it works well. So KO, I think, would do good. But you know for a fact they're all going to give it to CM Punk. World Heavyweight title. I'm so over that guy already. Like, I don't know if you guys watched his 2-hour interview, but he basically just said screw the NDAs and talked about everybody in AEW and Jack Perry and WWE and why he left and why he quit there and did this and did that. And it's just like, all he is drama. But I can't wait for AEW Dynamite this Wednesday, because Tony Khan is going to show us the backstage footage between Jack Perry and CM Punk. We'll see what happens. So it's going to be kind of crazy. Like I said, it's a good time for wrestling right now, because we have 2 companies. We have AEW and WWE, 2 very competitive companies, and they don't like each other. So right now the territory is hostile. They're firing shots at each other. They are competing with each other. They are putting on some great matches and some great wrestling storylines. So this is really another golden era of wrestling television. We are literally in another golden era right now. But yeah, as it stands right now, I think in terms of actual wrestling and the wrestling talent, I think there's better stuff at AEW and the performers and stuff. In terms of storytelling and spectacle, and you also have brand loyalty, that's going to go to WWE. That's why WWE is really pulling a lot of weight too, is because, like I said, they got brand loyalty and they really know how to do the commercials, the spectacle, the storylines. They got that stuff locked down. But I'm telling you right now, as somebody who watches both the content for both shows, I think AEW right now has the better wrestlers and better wrestling going on. Like the actual physical wrestling, I think, is better over there. I think WWE and AEW are taking shots at each other is immature. They should focus on their own product and maximize that. They're never going to do that, Doc. It'll never happen. We are literally living in WC. We're literally living in like Nitro versus Raw. It's Dynamite versus Raw. That's what's happening. It's just they're not on the same day. They're not on the same day anymore, which is kind of, except for SmackDown. SmackDown and Rampage are on Fridays, so that's the only day that they really have to compete. And then Saturdays, AEW has Collision on Saturdays, which that I think is a big mistake, because WWE does their pay-per-view events on Saturdays, and there's no way, like wrestling fans, there's really no way premium live events, like a lot of wrestling fans are going to choose AEW over WWE when you're doing a pay-per-view on a Saturday to go up against a TV show, a television taping show. So that's one thing that I wish they would change that day. I really wish they would change Collision and take it off of Saturdays. That should be like a Thursday event thing. But then they'd have to compete with Thursday Night Football. So there's a lot that goes into running a business. One thing for sure, though, is AEW ain't going anywhere anytime soon, because Tony Khan has boatloads of money. That's one thing that we got to know, is he has boatloads of money. The only reason AEW would go anywhere anytime soon is if their ratings really start to tank, because TNT and TBS will get rid of them. If the ratings start to tank and they start to go down year after year, TNT will eventually take them off TV. But yeah, in terms of money wise, they're not going anywhere, because Tony Khan is apparently rich out his butt. So, but like I said, for me being a fan, I love both. I enjoy both. I like watching WWE. I like watching AEW. It's just I do prefer one over the other. My son watches both with me. Like I said, we got signatures right here. I got Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins' signature right here. So that was a big moment for us. That was really cool. So, like I said, it's a prime time to be a wrestling fan. It's a really good time because there's a lot of good content out there. And if you're into other promotions, there's a Ring of Honor they're on channel 340, which is Access TV, I believe, on DirecTV. Ring of Honor is going on. New Japan Wrestling is going on too. Impact or TNA, what used to be TNA, they now call it Impact or whatever. That is going on. So it really is a good time to be a wrestling fan right now. And like I said, you guys if you're not supporting AEW or some of these other companies, I suggest you go out there and watch them. Just give them a chance. I know that's one thing that's kind of scary is a lot of people don't like change and they're afraid to give other stuff a chance because that's why WWE brand loyalty is a big deal because they've been around for decades. So people kind of know what they're getting into when they do that. But then when they're watching that, but there's a couple positives like AEW, they're rated TV mature. They can do more mature content. They do picture in picture, which I love. So when the commercials and they go to commercial, they have the match playing in the corner, like in the bottom corner right here. The match will be playing while the commercial takes up the rest of the screen. So I love the picture in picture thing. And like I said, in terms of wrestling content and characters, I think they're doing some fantastic stuff over there. So I highly recommend checking them out. But yeah, WWE, I can't wait. Today's Monday Night Raw. Today we will find out the aftermath of some of the stuff from WrestleMania. I think we're going to see Damian Priest tonight because he's now the Raw champ because he's the World Heavyweight champ, and we'll see Drew McIntyre. So we're going to kind of see that whole thing, see what's going on with that. I know we're going to get. I don't know if we'll see Cody because now that Cody is that champ, he's probably going to be on SmackDown. I think he's going to be on SmackDown. I would watch more wrestling, but I don't have the channels. I know WWE is coming to Netflix at some point. Yes, they did sign a $1 billion deal with Netflix. So yes, Raw is going to be going to Netflix and stuff. I don't know when. I think that starts in January of next year. I can't remember when that starts, but that's starting pretty soon. I'm not too happy about that thing because I was eventually going to get rid of Netflix. Like after I saw the next Stranger Things season. No, I don't think so. Thanks for asking that, Mike. I think that is just WWE people putting that out there, and they're really trying to be like, "Oh, look, we got another AEW star." I think they're just saying that shit, and a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, where's MJF?" Because he's not on the official roster page. He's not on the roster page anymore for AEW, but he's already come out in interviews and said that he's hurt. He's been working on coming back and getting his injuries and being healthy. So I think MJF's going to come back. He's going to do his storyline with Adam Cole, and they're going to finish off that thing. Have you ever watched the YouTube channel OSW? It's a fun channel about wrestling. No, I have not. I'll have to watch that. I have not watched that. I watch What Culture Wrestling and Wrestling with Regret. Those are the two wrestling channels I watch, and Cultaholic. Those are 3 wrestling channels that I like to watch. What did you think about WrestleMania? Oh, sweet. Someone in Brush Boy 2009 asking what I thought about WrestleMania. Overall, I thought this one was better than last year's. I was happier with this one. Night 2, better than night 1. But as a whole, I think WrestleMania 40 was better than last year's for sure. Yes, I watch those. Jason watches those too. Cool. Yeah, see, they have a lot of fun wrestling content on those channels. So shout out to those channels. Like I said, Cultaholic, Wrestling with Regret, What Culture Wrestling. Shout out to all those people and all the people on those channels that produce that content. They are fantastic. And if you guys are wrestling fans, you should totally check out that content because all of them do fantastic stuff. Let's see. Parts Funk No. Fun Known is a pretty good too. Parts Fun Known is a pretty good one too. Okay, cool. Sorry, I had a hard time reading that one. I was like, no. But yeah, man. Oh, like I said, fun time to be a wrestling fan. I can't wait for Monday Night Raw tonight. And like I said, Dynamites. I'm so excited to watch Dynamite on Wednesdays. Then Fridays you have Rampage and SmackDown. Saturdays Collision. So there's just tons of content, a plethora to digest. And that's the only thing that sucks is there's almost too much. There's almost too much content now at this point where it becomes to a point it's like, how do I keep up on it? So me, a lot of the times I record stuff and I'll just binge watch it. Like on some of the days I'm off or when I get off work early in the morning. Like some mornings I get off at 5 in the morning because I work the graveyard night shift. So the mornings I get off at 5 in the morning, that's when I'll usually binge and watch the wrestling from the previous days or something like that I had recorded. But yeah, this is going to be a fun Monday Night Raw. Like I said, it was a good WrestleMania. Time to find out the aftermath. I know, like I said, we're going to see Damian Priest. We're going to see Rhea Ripley and them on Raw. Probably some Drew McIntyre stuff. Like I said, I'm not too sure if we're going to see Cody. We might just see highlights of Cody. He might not show up on there because he's going to be on SmackDown now because he won that title. Wrestling with Andy has some good content too. Yeah, Wrestling with Andy, that's another good one that does a lot of cool rankings and reviews of old school stuff. But yeah, it's just really fun. Like I watched over the last week WrestleMania 25. I think I watched WrestleMania 6 or 5, something like that. I watched one of the really old school ones. So yeah, it's been basically just wrestling content all week over the last week and digesting and ready for that. So but yeah, I'll be getting into some more horror movie reviews and rankings and stuff like that. You know, the Courage the Cowardly Dog videos are going to still be coming. Me and Steve are going to be doing those and stuff. Cody was good on like Good Morning America today. Oh, so I'll have to watch that. I'll have to catch the highlights. I didn't see that on Good Morning America. I'll have to catch the highlights of that. I figured he would be on there too because that's what Cody is really good at. Cody is really good at speaking, presentation, just being a very presentable person on screen. Cody is great at that, and he's great at talking. So he's going to be a politician is another word to say that. I mean, I hate saying that word because I don't like real politicians, but Cody is like that. The way he politics himself and the way he talks about wrestling and promotes the business. He's a very smart man. So like I said, respect and shout out to Cody. Like I said, he definitely deserves it. But guys, definitely be sure to stay tuned to the channel. Like I said, I got those Courage the Cowardly Dog videos. Those videos are going to be coming out every other Wednesday. Me and Steve talking about those episodes of Courage the Cowardly Dog. I got some other movie reviews that I'm going to be popping out that I want to be talking about and going over some things. I still got a lot of physical media I have to go over and everything and stuff. Like I wanted to talk about my Elvira Mistress of the Dark stuff. So there's a lot of videos that I have planned for the channel. It's just basically time-wise. Will I have time to pump all of them out and do them all and stuff? But thanks for sticking around with me all for this video. Like I said, I don't want to make it too long or anything like that. It was fun chatting with all of you. Thanks to everybody, Jason, Mike, Brush Boy 2009, all the people that stopped by today to share the comments, view the video. I greatly appreciate it, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope the new mic sounds really good too. I think this is the first time I've used it for a live stream. So thanks you all and have a safe and happy day. Enjoy your Monday. Peace out.